Primetime, that's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.,
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes,
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
and Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
Soul has left the building. That's what happens. You go from a Monday night, really thrilling win, even though it was bumbling, stumbling all the way to the finish line. It was still a great feel for the city, for the franchise, for everything to be atop the AFC South, to beat Pat Mahomes and all that stuff. And then yesterday, that happened. Not good. You can't protect your quarterback. You can't run the football. And the takeaways, they don't last forever. I think we all know that. That's for sure. All right, welcome in. A Mokama Beer Company Monday. We do have to recount all the events from yesterday, fellas. We got that, and we got plenty of other things to get into, but I don't know where to start. Just that it's hard to win in the National Football League, Leon, is it not? And
It is.
I think the thing that's the most disturbing is that team from Seattle came across the country and played a 10 a.m. body clock game and got after this team pretty damn good.
Yeah, they bodied us, especially up front, offensive line-wise. You know what? This game irritated me because it reminded me of remnants of last year.
Yeah?
Oh, that's why. That's why it bothered me so dearly. Because this team got out-physicaled, penalties, mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all we saw from last year. And I thought we were long gone from the days of 2024 and all the other years that we sucked.
Right.
And this was just remnants of it, and I was bothered by it, shaking me.
When you do give up 7 sacks, it do make you look bad up front. That's for sure. Jonah Monheim getting in there for Robert Hainsey, you're like, okay, look at this. This is a 7th-round draft pick, Matt. This is great. This is great. That wasn't even the biggest problem. Walker Little was a problem. Anton Harrison was they were all a problem.
Donald didn't play that poorly. I just think it's this game underscored the reality that every fan should embrace and that team clearly needs to embrace. This is a 1-week league.
Mm-hmm.
Every single week you got to bring it.
Yeah.
If you
week
don't,
to week. Yep.
if you don't prepare during the week, this is what happens. And look, it's a combination of things. Clearly, the game is won on the lines of scrimmage. And if you go into that game with a left guard who's banged up, a right guard who's banged up, a center who's on his first start, right? You got a left tackle who really hasn't played that well all season, right tackle who's been solid. You're in for a long day against that type of defensive front, and that's what happened.
Yeah,
that's you. If your quarterback gets pressured more than 50% of the times he drops back,
right,
you've got a big problem if you can't run the ball, and they couldn't run the ball.
All right, so we got all that to get into. Definitely got to get into it. You guys are more than welcome to jump in with us. You got the YouTube that if you just sit back and log on, you can watch the stream. You can jump in the chat. You can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010.
I like to commandeer and sidetrack the show real quick, but I have to say this.
Exit ramp hijack.
I was texting JJ about this, and I have to say this because it's just annoys the hell out of me. So I'm flying back, right, from Oregon, and I'm in between layovers and just picking up like a coffee because I'm tired. I wanted some coffee.
Yeah.
And I go to Starbucks, and I get the coffee, and she says to me, as I click my credit card, I just have a question for you to answer right there. And I said, a what? She said, a question right there. A tip. It says, how much do you want to tip? That's the question.
That's every time you go to Starbucks.
Yeah, I don't go,
Joe,
so I don't
they
know.
want a tip for pouring you coffee and giving it to you.
Oh, yeah, listen.
Wait, it gets way better. Everywhere you go now, man. Everywhere you go, everybody's asking for a tip.
I'm going to put a tip jar in here.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah.
For literally doing nothing. They're asking for tips now.
Come on, Scrooge. You can
Yeah,
I tip. I'm the guy
float a
that tips
couple
the chambermaid. Okay,
Okay.
hang on. At the hotel every time,
No
or
one
whatever
calls
you
them
call
that
him.
anymore.
Whatever you call him.
Then that's probably how long ago you tipped, okay?
Bro, every time I travel, I tip the person who
I don't know. I'm
takes
just
care
simply
of them.
saying that's like a medieval term right there. But
Hey, I had a friend like that who did it once, and he said he was going to tip her and never did. So
yeah. Well, all I know is I tip Lupe. That's all I know.
Listen, if you're a generous giver, it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
I get all of that, but I mean,
I tip all my bar wenches.
I literally just said, I want a coffee with cream and sugar. She turned around, poured the coffee in the cup, gave it to me, and said, I have a question for you to answer. The way she said that, I have a question for you to answer. All right, I have an answer. No.
This is like such a shock to you. Or like, are you,
I agree that like we've gone way too far with the like
point.
anywhere
Yes.
you're at
So
now
just
and you're
don't.
buying something, there is a tip jar there.
Right.
Right,
It's
but
ridiculous.
you guilted into it. Like
There's
I had to
really-
do it.
no, I
No,
would.
you can say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
No,
well,
I'm
okay,
good.
so you guys are telling me that I'm the Scrooge, but I still tip.
No,
even though
I'm
I
with
think,
Matt.
even though it annoys the hell out of me, I still tip.
You know where you should move? Europe. They don't play
they
any
don't-
of that
no, they
crap
don't.
over
They
there,
don't.
dude.
Yeah,
No
they don't.
tipping whatsoever.
Yeah,
When you're at dinner and you give them like a $5 bill, they treat you like a king. They're like, holy crap.
One of the classics is one of my buddies, Weird John Leard. His dad is a member of the Elks. Okay,
Right.
And so he goes and he shows up there and he has a couple of cold ones with his dad, and his dad's showing off his son to the rest of the Elks Lodge. And anyway, Leard drops a $5 on the bartender, right? And they walk out, and the 2 beers maybe cost $3.75. Okay, and he drops a $5 on him, and he walks in. He goes, "If you ever embarrass me like that again." you don't you big tip your way into my lodge, pal. And so
By the way, bro, I don't know that bartender's the correct nomenclature right now. I think it's like service.
I have no
personnel
idea.
or
They are
something.
bartenders.
Service.
Well, let me ask you this question,
An
Matt.
orange chambermaid, by the way. Yeah.
Matt,
Can we get back to the game?
Yeah, let me ask him this quick question real quick. So when you go to the grocery store and you about to claim and that says Children's Hospital, what do?
Oh, I always tip up. Yeah.
You're a damn liar.
You know what I do?
Always.
You know what I do?
If they say you want to round up for
some
every time,
charity that you've
it's
never
like
heard
60
of?
cents.
How many times does he go? Hey, listen, I always say, I already gave.
Already gave?
And trust
Are
me.
you? It's like 60 cents, and you're not going to
Yeah.
round up.
Well,
already
they don't ask
gave.
me that, but I'm in. Look, I don't need to be asked when I'm shopping for my own groceries that cost about 150% more than they used to be. So anyway,
Well, that's not
Yeah.
their problem.
Yeah.
That's not their fault.
I was in an intro
It's not?
before we get back to the game.
yeah, my gosh,
Quickly,
yes.
I was forced
We're
to
not
a.
going to go down that rabbit hole.
yeah.
Okay?
I was forced to go to a fall football season wedding on Saturday, but there was the games on. Don't
That's
worry.
sacrilegious.
It was. Trust me. It almost caused something in our marriage. But anyways, nowadays the bartender at a wedding will have their Venmo and stuff
Again,
up.
bro, service person.
So like they
They're
don't
bartenders.
They don't. Usually you want them to see you drop a 20 in there,
Yes,
just
of
like, hey,
course.
remember me. But
Yes.
now I'm literally turning my phone and be like, hey, just want to make sure this is you, knowing I know it's them,
Right.
but just to show you, like, here's $25. I just want you to see.
It ain't right.
Yeah.
It ain't right. Because if you do have Venmo, then you're right. They're not working for you, okay? Because you like to show that you're tipping them, so they'll do a good job
Yes.
for you. Maybe a heavy pour is what you're looking
Exactly.
for.
That's exactly what you're
Yeah,
looking for.
exactly.
A
And
little
so,
double
yeah, let me be seen that I'm trying to treat you right. All right, listen.
Which is my point
Does
with
this mean-
Starbucks girl. I
Yeah.
mean, like, what's she going to give me other than answer my question?
Anyway, was Walker a little drunk yesterday?
It looked like it was.
He was on skates and intoxicated. Honestly, we need to talk about this game. I know Matt wants to just hijack it and talk about
I
tipping.
do. The thing
but-
is JJ and I got into it this week. I just don't understand it. All right, let's get back to the game.
Yeah, but believe me, this is that's a July show that we can definitely
I know
tear
it
into.
is. I
We
know
can
it
make it a
is.
full 2 hours.
I know it is.
But for right now,
The text line's going crazy about
yeah,
it right now.
and they're probably aggravated about it too. But we serve and please, okay, the fans, okay, and this is their outlet. This is where they come to be and moan, like you're being and moaning about that cup of coffee. I know it doesn't last forever, and what Matt said is true. It's a week-to-week deal. But Leon, the one thing I think that everyone needs to understand, or what you're trying to get to team-wise, culture-wise, is to play and feed off of success. Go from one. That other team had to travel cross country. That other team was coming off an L at home. This team was coming off a dub at home. This team was trying to ride the wave of enthusiasm off of that win, and they didn't deliver.
I mean, the Seattle Seahawks played with a sense of urgency, and this team did, and I knew it. I knew it when Liam said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna give you a bone.
Yeah.
We're gonna do walkthroughs.
Right.
We're gonna give your body some
You had
rest."
a bad feeling
I had a bad
about that.
feeling about that. Absolutely. I mean, they had to at least hit at least one time that week or whatever. So, but he trusted them. He put it in their hands to be professionals about it, and then to be prepared for the game. And then, unfortunately, offensively, we did not shine at all. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't protect. There was pressure. We couldn't stop a TE stunt to save our lives. Guys getting pushed around. Walk a little. Gets thrown by a linebacker inside, gets beat around the corner, beat inside. It's awful. It was just awful gameplay by the offensive line, who it looked so phenomenal the last couple of weeks, just to go out there and to just wet the bed was just unfortunate.
You know how I know the preparation wasn't good this week? Throughout the week. You're at home, and you have double-digit penalties. How does that happen?
It's really not acceptable, and we'll go through it here in just a second. When you have the yards and the number of penalties that this team had, the sacks, 2 missed kicks that easily could have led to a much different way to attack the game late, with a missed PAT, a missed field goal from the 50-yard mark, which, by the way, Hall of Famer that he is, okay, some of his stuff is sitting in Canton with a 70-yard preseason kick. He's now missed 3 field goals in the last 4 games and now a PAT. None of that's good, okay? There's certain things you need to expect and count on, and you didn't get it. All right, so you guys jump in, 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, a Mocama Beer Company Monday. We would love for you to hang out with us. You can also hang out at the beautiful tap room, Fernandina Beach, South 8th Street. Make sure you check them out there or pick up some craft, mocama.com.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies. When all the games are in the books, it's time to take a closer look. Post-game Monday, dive into Sunday's matchups and break down the key moments, surprising plays, and everything in between. Prepared by Dandy Foods on 1010XL.
Hey, First Coast, it's your boy Big Surfs, the lemon pepper guy. Back at Better Than Ever for Wingstop. You know I can't resist those crispy, flavorful wings that make your taste buds dance. Wingstop just opened up a hot new location, Jeremiah Street in Middlebury. There's 17 locations now serving up the most mouth-watering wings in town. And my all-time favorite, lemon pepper. Try the quick new app ordering and swing by today to get those fresh, hot wings made just for you, only at Wingstop.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, johnautomotivejacks.com.
Jacksonville is game time, and just like the Jaguars fight for every yard on the field, Duck Duck Rooter fights for every customer at home. From plumbing repairs to septic pump outs to keeping your AC cool all season long, we've got the winning playbook. Duck Duck Rooter is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars and delivers championship service every time. When plumbing, septic, or AC problems put you on defense, don't fumble the call. Dial 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter, when you're stuck, call the Duck.
Get closer to nature.
Trying to get close to these bucks out here.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Favor, and Captain Kirk Waltz. The Nimnicht Outdoor Show. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning, 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Have you ever dreamed of owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Well, now you can. This is Frank Frangie for the farm in Okefenokee, just an hour north of Jacksonville in Folkestone. With only 250 cabins at full build-out, it's a rare chance to live off-grid, but not alone, in a community grounded in nature, food, and purpose. The amenities include a 2,300-acre hunting lease. Learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Shut up, Campione! Campione Law!
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season is finally here, and with that, hopefully comes cooler weather. And if you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Rotator cuff injuries are common among athletes and those who have physically demanding careers. Don't let this injury keep you away from the sport you love. Dr. George Barry here, and the first thing you need to do with a serious shoulder injury is to diagnose where the damage is and how significant it is. Rotator cuff tears are either acute tears sustained during an injury or accident, or degenerative tears. If you're interested in learning more about rotator cuff repair and how our expert team of orthopedic surgeons can help you, call Barry Orthopedics today or visit barryorthopedics.com.
Are you trapped in a high-rate mortgage, watching your hard-earned money vanish every month? Stop right now. At Loan Pronto, they are delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's rate reduction home loan program is a streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in at a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR and close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. And here's the kicker. You can skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Don't wait. Rates this low won't last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no-obligation quote. Loan Pronto is amazing. So start now by calling 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Or visit loanpronto.com to lock in your new low rate and skip those next 2 payments. 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLS, consumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
Walker back in as a running back. Play fake. Dropping the throw is Darnold. Looking. Fires it deep downfield. They're going to try Newsome right out of the gate. That ball is going to be caught by Jackson Smith and Jacob for the touchdown. They went right at Newsome. A 61-yard touchdown. A perfect throw by Darnold. Greg Newsome into the game for the first time. They went right at him, and that'll be a touchdown for Seattle.
Mondays on XL Primetime, brought to you by Mokama. Check out their great craft in the tap room in Fernandina Beach.
Well, we always talk about Happy Frange on the play-by-play. That was not the Happy Frange that we were looking for. But they always say close only counts in hand grenades. Newsome was closer to the receiver than Tyson Campbell was, but it still
much, bro.
did not matter. No, I'd even say by 10 yards, but still he was a full yard behind him. And Jackson Smith and Jigba did what he did, and he did it multiple times yesterday. Sammy, plenty of time to throw. Number 11 on the receiving end, and Cooper Kupp, both of those guys making big plays. And who was it? A.J. Varner, the big tight end at the end. He went for 61 yards on that catch. Wide A open and sealed the deal after Jacksonville had finally gotten to Darnold a little bit.
They say Wingham should have been over the top of that. I don't think it would have mattered.
No.
I don't know
He
what.
put on the play action, too. That was the problem.
He might have been able to stop the score, but certainly he
At the
wouldn't have.
one?
Yeah.
Both of them were torched.
Yeah,
It wouldn't even
they
matter.
were.
And Jigba was rolling out.
Yeah, he was, man. And he came into this game with a high productivity. I told you guys over 80 yards per game in the end zone multiple times. It's going to be, that's job number one. Get Sammy on the ground and then make sure you account for 11. And they didn't do it.
He's not a burner either, but he's so good at what he does.
Just a great
and the first and second level stuff.
Yeah.
That you have to play him tight, and then once he runs by you, man, that's it.
I didn't understand that. I mean, Campanelli, the 4-man rush wasn't getting to Sam Darnold. He felt comfortable in the pocket. Until late in the game when we started rushing him a little bit more, 5-6 coming in, that's the only time he seemed to be rattled. I'm trying to figure out why we didn't do that earlier.
Yeah, and I listen, I applaud Anthony Campanelli. I think a lot of you people out there, don't sell high on this team just yet. Don't say, hey, it's a bust. It's now going to hell in a handbasket, same old Jags, all that type of stuff. You got to see how they respond. It ain't going to be easy this coming week in London against a good LA Rams team. But you got to take the highs and lows, make sure you get back to work. I think everything we're saying in the first seg of our show is that week to week, man, it is a constant battle to get your best.
Yeah.
They gave up 2 big plays on defense, basically. I thought they didn't even played well enough to win that
Especially
game.
in the fourth quarter, they held them to multiple 3-and-outs. The offense did nothing.
They played well enough to win that game.
Guess what they did? They forced a punt, and then what did this team do? They punted back. That was it.
Yeah, listen. The best thing about the NFL is that the opportunity. I've been in games where I've never given 7 sacks, but I've been in situations where we've got destroyed. All right, and the offensive line coach, God rest his soul, Mike Mazer, First of all, you got to understand the offensive line coach gets chewed out first, all right? Because he's got to sit there in front of the head coach and explain, what the team is doing, and then it trickles downhill.
Right.
So now this offensive line should be embarrassed. If they got any pride about themselves, they'll show up in London against the Rams to play with.
Yeah, and it's another good front. They've gone up against some good fronts so far this season.
This will be another one.
Yeah, but Leonard Williams, I swear this is almost like the ghost of Leonard Williams still knocking on the Jaguars' door, because they could have taken him a long time ago, and they did not, and the man's still doing work. DeMarcus Lawrence comes off the injury report,
Jaron
still
Reed's a good
doing
player.
work.
I mean, they got a lot of good players in that.
And that's Mike McDonald. That's the side of the ball that he operates from as the old Ravens D coordinator and now the head coach. Let's not forget, they put together a hell of a good season last year too. So when it was all said and done, all right.
And they're going up against, honestly, a offensive line that was almost a little bit of a wreck, actually.
It was.
Considering what was going on. And according to our guy in the text line, Walker Lindo looked like a chambermaid trying to block defensive ends at the Seahawks.
Oh, my God. Just laying it out. All right, so let's hear what Liam Cohen had to say about the pre-snap penalties, because, honestly, they came at the worst possible times in this ballgame.
Yeah, it's on me. It's an undisciplined operation at the moment, and it's on me, and it's got to get fixed. It's a great opportunity this week to get it fixed, right? We're going on the road. We're flying to another country. Being together as a group, look ourselves in the mirror and try to figure out, from an operation and habit standpoint, what is standing in our way, because right now it's us.
It's interesting. He said I was listening to the post-game show with Bucky Brooks and him on driving home. What he said I thought was fantastic. He said what Leon says all the time. He said, there's only so much I can do as a coach and we can do as coaches. At some point, the players have to do what they know is the right thing to do. And then he said there's got to be some leadership stepping forward and saying, okay, this stuff has to end. And he didn't say stuff. He said,
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
and it got in.
It
It
got
got
out.
in,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
And he said, and it's got to change.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you exactly what you need to do to change it, right? You need to have a team meeting, and you got to point out the offenders, especially if they're repeat offenders. You got to pull out that little red dot, and whatever guy's making mistakes, I'm telling you, there's nothing more effective to a player than to be embarrassed by his peers. You go in there because now it's costing us football games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care about your feelings. I will have a team meeting, and you address it right then and there. Whoever the offenders are, you got to say, this can't be allowed. We can't allow this to happen anymore, and call them out.
Yeah,
call them to the carpet.
And if you do that, you got to make sure that everybody shows up, because Tua down in Miami says the players only meeting. Some of them are showing, some of them are not, which is not a good situation at all. But back to this place.
Is that good?
It ain't bad.
That's not good. That's not
It's
good.
bad. The one thing that is different sounding from what Liam's saying versus what because Doug Peterson said they got all the answers. He would say it in certain ways that just made you say, hey, I'm giving them everything they need. They need to come through as individuals. Well, Liam's going to demand it, I believe.
Well, here's the reason why it's inexcusable. You're at home.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you were on the road, you could blame it on the crowd noise and all that, but you're at home. There's no reason why you should be having all those procedure penalties and stuff like that, or not lined up right, because you're at home. That's why it's inexcusable.
Well,
I just think at some point it becomes it's a mental thing, obviously, but at some point it becomes, how do you prepare during the week to make sure you don't do things like that? They're just dumb mistakes. They're dumb mistakes that are easily correctable if you're zeroed in on what you're supposed to do. And I just think I would love to go back and look at their practice film from this past week, and I can guarantee you would see that they were not good practices, because anybody that plays like they did in that game, especially on the offensive line, and I know they had injuries and there were issues, you're not having a good practice week. You're just not, right, Leon?
No.
If you have 12 penalties at home.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. I don't even blame it on practice.
You could blame
it on practice, but I just think that physically this team did not show up. I mean, Seattle they're imposing as a defense, but Hell, they ain't that opposing.
From the jump.
From the jump, absolutely.
First series, I was like, okay.
Okay, but here's the worst possible part of this, and let's just make this the 10-10 take real quick, because you have to take advantage of these situations.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pit masters since 68.
Take advantage of certain situations. It's like when Sonny says they got an all-you-can-eat special. Take advantage of it. Enjoy that delicious barbecue. You can roll on into any one of your area Sonny's and always count on a great meal. Make sure you check them out. The difference between what happened to Seattle up in Seattle and what happened here with your Jaguars, it really should frustrate you a little bit. And it's that classic keep your eye on the prize and don't relax. Don't take anything for granted, which is what Leon always preaches. So Baker Mayfield goes up to the Northwest and throws for a high completion percentage, a big number of yards, 370 plus he was able to get on that secondary last week, and that was without Mike Evans. It was without Bucky Irving in the lineup. They were down men, and they were still able to make plays. They ended up scoring 38 against that club, and then that club who gave up 38 in their backyard comes into our backyard and basically shuts down this team with a secondary minus Devin Witherspoon, minus actually multiple starters on that side of the ball. This team needed to take advantage of that situation, and they did not. You're given so many opportunities in the National Football League, and if you can't take advantage of them, they should have been able to throw for a lot of yards if you consider what had happened to the secondary the week before and guys were missing. That's the 10-10 take. Can't have it.
That was the game plan.
Yeah, that was a game plan. Seattle was locked in on both sides of the ball. They took advantage of a team that felt good about themselves after a Monday night game, came in here and sleepwalked the first half, and then got destroyed in the second half. That's what you're supposed to do to a team.
This team ran for less than 60 yards.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I mean, what Liam Cohen said after the game was that the idea, the game plan was to throw the ball. They knew they had problems in the secondary. They wanted to throw the ball.
Yeah, right.
But you got to be able to protect, obviously, right? And you got to be able to throw the ball on time, obviously. And if you're giving up pressure like they were giving up, one out of every two drops, that's not happening. And even with all that going on, you still get drops. Brian Thomas cannot drop that ball.
No, it was, again, another one in traffic. It was a big play. He made his share of big catches yesterday. Let's not ignore that. But those are the crucial ones that you talk about.
I was just hoping that Liam Cohen stuck to the script. All this, every weekend he started with the run game. The run game established the pass game. I know they were down in the secondary and you want to take advantage of it, but you got to stick to the script. You know, go what got you here. I mean, because the first three plays were what? Pass. No, it was pass, and then a low run after that.
Well, also, they were 3rd and 26 inside their own 5-yard line, too, with one of the first two series.
Because of a hole.
Yeah, exactly. And it was endless as far as that goes. So, yeah, pre-snap penalties, he said it's on him. We agree. And I do believe that it's in his makeup to say, hey, ain't having this. Okay, we are going to drill down on it. We are going to put in the work to make sure that we correct it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not on him. It's on the players. At the end of the day, it's on the players. Like I keep saying because it's amazing to me that you have an NFL team, a professional football team, that has 12 penalties at home. That should never,
10 accepted penalties,
ever happen. Never.
Well, no, I agree. I'm certainly not defending them because there's just too many of them. And when you take a look, here's the one that gets you more than anything else. Travis Hunter offsides on a touchdown
Lining
play.
up offsides.
Okay, that would have looked a hell of a lot better for BTJ's stat line, for Trevor Lawrence's stat line. It was a throw that required you drop it in a bucket.
It should have been a pick, by the way. That was an ultimate ball don't lie play because the Jags got lucky that would have been a touchdown anyway.
Right, but how many plays do you see like that?
None. Where the guy intercepts it and then he kicks it to the wide receiver who scores a touchdown?
We've seen so many of those crazy type of plays where you can go. Remember the Titans with their win against the Cardinals? It's just nuts how some of those things happen. But bottom line is, I'm just simply saying offsides cost them a touchdown, and there's really no other way you can get away from that part of it.
Because all you got to do is look at the ref to your left hand side, say ref, and if you're up on the ref, will say scoot back. He'll tell you to scoot back.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
And I've now heard more offsides called on offense in the last year or two than I ever have before, but it's legit. You can't do it. Simple as that. All right, you guys keep it coming. We got more off the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures that we will get to. We got to get to a couple of big pieces of news. After making it to the college football playoff, making it into the Final Four, Penn State has lost 3 straight games, games that one was a big one. The other 2 were absolute embarrassments, and now they ran their head coach out of town. So we'll at least touch on that coming up on a Mokama Beer Company Monday.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford.
Fall is here. The air is crisp. Football is on, and the perfect backyard atmosphere starts with a high-quality fireplace from CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Hey, it's Joe C. Imagine nights by the fire, cheering on your team, surrounded by friends and family. CSS can transform your outdoor space into the ultimate game day destination. Stylish, warm, and built for memories. With several wood, gas, and electric options, let CSS make your backyard the best seat in the house. Visit CSSFireplaces.com.
Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
Playing from behind, the young squad needed a shot in the arm, and it would come at the right time. Trevor Lawrence would lead the squad on a 14-play, 82-yard drive, capped off by a Tim Patrick touchdown, making the score 20-12 with 13 minutes left in regulation. The 7-minute drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
This is Jennifer Marion at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville, and now's the time to drive away in luxury.
That's right, Jennifer. The $7,500 tax credit ends this month. It's your last month to take advantage of this incredible opportunity.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, drive the all-new electric Optique, Lyric, and Vistique. They are all in stock and ready to drive today.
See all of our inventory at Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.com or visit us on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent you.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL. Served by Dandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
Garrett Scantling here, and once again, thanks to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, I'm back to training for the 2028 Olympics in LA. My torn hip labrum issue is resolved thanks to Dr. Doward, and Dr. Acevedo keeps my feet healthy too. Training and competing, that's what it's all about for me. And Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has me in top condition.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house. Because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Brian Thomas Jr. was a force for Jacksonville on Sunday. The teal and black wideout recorded 90 yards on 8 receptions. It would also score a touchdown on what was a great day for him. Number 7 for BTJ doesn't stand for lucky. No, he's just that good. And he's your Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through September 30th. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass, still family owned and in business for 100 years. When they say you're going to see a big difference, that's for everything. Custom showers and spas, tabletops, mirrors, even replacing foggy windows, all at a more affordable price. And with your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed, Lee and Kate's Glass is your best choice. Visit LeeandKatesGlass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
The 18-year-old who replaced veteran Eli Holstein last game at quarterback. He'll take off here and a ton of room. Heinzel fumbles the ball, and it somehow pinballs forward to a Pitt player.
Mondays on XL Primetime, brought to you by Mokama. Check out their great craft in the tap room at Fernandina Beach.
Well, that was definitely a crazy game up in Tallahassee. Noon kick, Florida State against Pittsburgh, 10.5-point favorites were the Noles trying to snap what was a 2-game losing streak, and you basically go from 3-0 to 3-3, and the Fighting Narduzzi's exit the state capitol with a dub, and that was an opportunity late in the game where you thought, okay, something crazy just happened, and it might pull you right back into a football game. Anyway, Mike Norvell, uncomfortable, black-eyed, you might say, by the loss.
Did you say black-eyed?
Yeah, by the loss.
How did that happen, by the way? That's
I have
the question.
no idea. They lost. I have no idea.
It actually happened
before.
before
It happened
the
before
loss.
the
Yeah,
game. I'm just wondering how it happened. That's
I know. People are wondering, as far as Mike Norvell is concerned, he did have a black eye.
There's a host on this radio station that is very interested in
Yes,
how
he
it
is.
happened.
And he's
going to get down to it.
He's not going to let it go either.
No.
Don't think Baloo won't
He's
X-file
got that
his way
bone in
into
his
this
mouth.
one.
He is not letting it go, man.
He's wanting to find out. But I was more importantly pointing out the metaphor, black-eyed by a loss. Okay, so honestly, from 3-0 to 3-3, that happened fast, man.
They're not done losing.
No, they are not done losing.
I miss my Florida State fans. Where are they?
Mm-hmm.
The winds of change have come.
Well, there was a time when you were rooting for all the state schools to win
I
on the same week.
was. Yes.
What
Well,
happened to
since
that?
they won the national title after week 1.
I will
stopped playing.
I'll give the Gator fans credit. No matter what happens, they're still on the text line. They're still talking about their team. And
True.
The Noles lose, and it's just crickets, man. Crickets for them.
I think they felt like they did have something. You're right, after week 1. And it didn't happen. All right, so
So what does that mean about Alabama, by the way? Let's just real quick. What does that mean about Alabama?
Well, Alabama's, I think, an above-average team. End of story. They can find themselves in a game that's going to require good play calling, good play making, and they can't always count on that. Most of the time before with Alabama, you could count on both because you had prepared well and you coach well. But in this particular case, it's an up-down, uneven thing for them. So they get in this game against Missouri, and that was a hell of a good game, too.
Right. I think it's Alabama can't count on Bo Prabilla throwing 2 picks. And they can't, like if he doesn't throw 2 picks, Missouri wins that game.
Well, yeah, and I think you're right because on the road, Kalen DeBoer has already proven that it's a tougher assignment for him and his team. I think defensively, they are
the
same,
lacking defensively.
They're not the same squad, okay? The one
no.
thing that's so obvious about the difference between Nick Saban and Kalen DeBoer is one's a complete coach, the other one just might be a half a coach, meaning his offense is getting the job most of the time. And Prabula did play a good game, a killer game. No, I'm saying for the most part.
Yeah, in the passing game they were limited, but yeah. I mean they couldn't get Hardy on track, and I think Prabula was running too much.
Who had been running for lights out,
right? Who had just been crushing everyone. I don't, man, that defense.
But it had to do with who they were playing.
I have
before.
some serious reservations about that defense. Not only that, if Alabama and Texas A&M are your 2 best teams in the SEC, that's not a good league this year because Texas A&M is not that good.
I don't know. I looked at the game the other night, and
the next time a Florida win becomes a big thing for an SEC team is when Lane Kiffin's coaching Florida.
Well,
okay?
here's a classic example of it is that there are 9 teams in the SEC ranked in the top 25. Florida's not one of them. How is that possible? Okay, that's
it be.
No, it be, man. And so anyway, they get in this track meet early in this game, Gators versus Aggies, and they're trading touchdowns. And they get Billy over there on the television, and they interview him, and he says something to the effect of, well, if they just want to stay in cover 1, we're going to keep testing that corner until they stop us. I don't think they made another play in the passing game after that. I honestly don't. It was unbelievable.
How about they score on this great drive to start the game, and you're like, whoa, well, the Gators' defense is one of the best in the nation, right?
Yeah.
Immediately, 2 plays.
Yeah.
2 plays.
And I'll give
A&M goes down there and scores.
I'll give Marcel Reed's a fun cat to watch, so I'll give him a lot of credit. But then Concepcion was playing through what was it, a hammy injury? I'm pretty sure. He was up and down. Both of their receivers were up and down. Anyway, they brought it. They brought the sauce in the second half of that game. And Mike Elko, you can easily say this. Okay, he didn't look the part. That's maybe why they didn't originally go to him whenever they were looking for whoever the next great coach was going to be. They paid Jimbo all that money. Elko was helping him on the defensive side. He goes off to Duke. He does decent things there. He comes back. Maybe by default they hired him, and the guy is, even though you don't think it's
he's
like
doing a nice job.
He's doing a damn good job.
I'm telling you right now, you look at their schedule, they could easily be 8-4 at the end of the season.
Well, maybe, but I posted it on X, and it's pretty simple. A university that has basically accomplished nothing in their football history is doing good things under Mike Elko, and a team that has trophies, hardware, and all that stuff, banners and so on, isn't doing anything with their head coach.
I'll tell you who else could easily be 8-4 at the end of the season. Florida.
Yeah.
Easily. They could beat every one of those teams on the rest of their schedule. That's why you got to fire him now.
I would have done it. I would have done it soon. Before now.
They was on the streak, bro.
Look at their schedule. Look at their schedule.
1-1 streak.
Look at their schedule.
That was their quote run.
That was their toughest game at the end of this run. I'm not kidding, man.
No, I
look
agree.
at their schedule.
I mean, Georgia looks like crap.
They could win every one of those games.
Which, by the way, Georgia got
Ole Miss. Come on,
just the blessing of God. Touched Georgia this weekend.
They got the blessing of SEC officials, which is what happened.
17-0 it would have been. They clearly get a touchdown. Auburn does on that quarterback sneak.
Ridiculous.
And I still don't understand what happened. They overturned it.
Yeah.
It was
Look, the worst. Let me tell you something.
The
worst part about that whole Kirby kerfuffle with the timeout. Did he call timeout?
Wow,
did
that
he
was
not?
later in the game. That was
First
crazy.
off, of course he called timeout. That's number one. Secondly, the worst part about that overshadowed the call at the goal line.
Explain to the listeners what happened.
Yeah. Okay, so
not
first
everyone
off,
is like watching every game like
it's in the fourth quarter. It's 3rd and 9 Georgia. It's a big play in the game. 3rd and 9 Georgia, and the clock's running down. Georgia's got the ball, and Kirby's running to the ref, calling timeout.
Right.
He's doing timeout
both hands are up.
and saying timeout. His mouth is saying timeout.
You guys can see this on YouTube.
And then he says, no. He starts clapping and says they were clapping in the secondary. I was saying they were clapping in the secondary.
Well, the refs didn't buy that, did they?
Yes, they did.
Of course they did.
Because not only did they not charge Georgia the timeout, they just started the play clock over. What the hell?
And
let's just start the play clock over on a 3rd and 9.
Gave them a fresh play clock. By the way, the last 2 minutes of that game took 30 minutes of real time.
Ridiculous.
With no injuries.
Dude, this is the point.
Well,
the
whole at the goal line, and we need to explain what's going on there, too.
Yeah, that was always coming back to that. The problem is all of that, with all that nonsense, which is a huge story, it overshadowed the goal line. Georgia's up 10. Auburn's up 10-0. Right there at the end of the second quarter, they're getting ready to go up 17-0. Jackson Arnold leaps over with the ball like a lot like Trevor did.
Exactly like Trevor did.
Clearly crosses the goal line with the ball in his hand.
Yeah. And theirs was more.
It's 17-0 at that point, people.
Yeah, theirs was more of a tush push, but he did go up with the ball. One side angle, you could see it where it looks like it crossed
the plane.
And there's another one where it looked like that ball was coming out. But whatever.
Georgia, they're the Chiefs of college football.
And and by the way, the Chiefs had such the benefit of the refs last night as well too.
Of course they did.
Anyway, that's where we are. And so if you ever see Kirby running towards a ref, okay, it's not to call timeout. He's clapping. He's clapping for the job that the refs are doing. If he ever is running towards
I also will say this about Georgia. Kirby is the best coach. It's not even close. I think he's better than Nick too. As far as getting in the locker room and saying, okay, we're doing this wrong. Here's how we're going to do it right. And then they come out and do it.
Well, they do that. I don't know. I'd still be very hesitant to say better than Nick.
No, I mean, as far as making adjustments, dude, he's unreal.
He's good at that.
Unreal.
Yeah, that's
By the way,
sure.
Thank you for this Georgia fan who says the ball was out of his hands. You're a moron, JJ.
Yeah,
of course.
Okay,
Of
I'm
course.
sure.
And he was clapping too, JJ. It wasn't a timeout.
Like I said, with every sip, I thought the ball was out. he crossed the plane. The ball was out. He crossed the plane. It just so happened that I had like 49 sips before they finally made a decision on this thing because it took flipping forever.
The problem with
because
this
they had to
thing-
get Sankey. Sankey had to call
Right.
them and
There's
tell
no
them we
doubt
can't
about
have a
that.
two-loss
There's no
Georgia.
doubt about that, right?
I mean, we have to fake like Georgia's some
Here's
powerhouse
what's gonna
program
happen
still.
is
it's going to roll through
that
everyone.
Ole Miss is going to go in there this weekend, and Georgia's going to beat the dog out of them.
What do you mean?
And
Ole
everybody's-
Miss beat them last
and everybody's
year.
Gonna say, and everybody's going to say the boogeyman's back.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know. Oh, by the way, Ole Miss looked like crap too.
They look terrible.
The SEC, the worst SEC in 10 years at least.
Yeah,
this
they
year.
they let
I mean,
Wazoo just do whatever they want.
Georgia will beat the tar out of Ole Miss this
the
weekend.
best team in the,
The Pac
SEC, the
Deuce.
team who is odds-on
I got
favorite to
lunch
win
on
the
that.
SEC right now, got housed by Florida freaking State.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And it wasn't that close either.
No, but that was early. This is
Oh,
late.
okay.
We'll see what happens. It's XL Primetime, Mokama Beer Company Monday.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford. High school, college, and pro.
As good as it gets.
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, visit AA Automotive on Richard Street. For oil changes to complex repairs, AA Automotive is a full-service repair shop for personal and commercial fleet vehicles. Trust AA to keep your ride running A-OK.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. We all make decisions every day, but with Prize Picks, being right can get you paid on America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. Jaden Daniels, more or less than 213 passing yards. Drake London, more or less than 62 receiving yards. It's just that simple, people. But here's the best part. PrizePicks offers an injury insurance reboot. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks won't count it as a loss. PrizePicks is the only app that offers stacks, where you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup, and with Flex Play, you can double your money, even if one of your picks doesn't hit. And all PrizePicks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the PrizePicks app today, use promo code 1010XL, and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play $5 in lineups. That's promo code 1010XL to get $50 in lineups when you play 5. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 13, 1967, the Seattle Supersonics dropped a 144-116 decision to the San Francisco Warriors in what was their first NBA game.
Guys, are you struggling with obesity and being overweight? Living with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, sleep apnea, or heart disease? Encore Research is enrolling men 18 and older in a new paid clinical study. You'll receive study-related care at no cost and may get compensation for time and travel. No insurance required. Take an active step for your health and help advance medical science. See if you qualify at EncoreDocs.com or call 904-732-6669.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here. You've heard me talking about Pella Windows and Doors. With great ratings and expert reviews, you know they're high quality and energy efficient products. So what's your next step? Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or just stop by the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway. Their professional design consultants will guide you through your entire project from start to finish. And that's the quality and service you can expect from Pella Windows and Doors.
What is the busiest airport in the world?
Southern Oak Insurance is proud to continue offering coverage statewide. Financial stability makes Southern Oak Insurance a wise choice for your homeowner's insurance needs. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport is the busiest airport in the world, serving over 100 million passengers.
Southern Oak Insurance.
our family protecting yours.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by November 6th.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Mondays on XL Primetime, brought to you by Mokama. Check out their great craft in the tap room in Fernandina Beach.
We'll get back to your Jacksonville Jaguars after an L yesterday to the Seattle Seahawks. Sammy Darnold, he's come here before. He's seen ghosts. He's lost. He came here last year and won a nail-biter, 12-7. And then this one, a one-score game, and ultimately they got the job done. And now it's off to London. This is going to be I would think, a busy work week. They're changing the schedule up a little bit from what Dougie Fresh had been doing. Remember when we called him Dougie Fresh?
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, self-serve.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they would go over there on Thursday, and basically they had kind of had it figured out. And Liam's like, we got to do a whole lot of things just to kind of get on the ground, make sure we're set. We're going to get over there early. We're going to practice. Let's see how it goes. But they definitely have some ills to fix.
I mean, this team, they need to practice. Absolutely need to practice.
Yeah.
After that debacle on Sunday, especially offensively, we got to get healthy, too, on the offensive line. We got guys banged up. No excuse for their play.
Right.
Absolutely no excuse for their play, but I never miss Ainsley so much more than I missed him on Sunday.
Yeah, look, Jimmy Gladstone's, a.k.a. Harry Potter, we could pat him on the back all day and say, hey, you found dudes in the 7th round in the LaQuinn Allen and in Jonah Monheim. But Robert Hainsey was doing work. You can't just simply assume the next guy up, that classic line, is going to be able to step in and do the same thing.
He didn't play that poorly, did he, Leon?
He didn't play that well.
Right, but I guess my point is he wasn't the reason why.
No,
everybody was annihilated on the line.
No, I'm not going to single him out.
Walker Little had a terrible.
Yeah, Walker Little was terrible.
The two guards played terribly.
They did, man. Especially they couldn't stop a TE stunt to save their lives, because the guards were giving ground on the penetrator, and then the guy that was looping around the tackle, instead of slamming them down like a run block, was pushing them like, don't enter. Please don't enter.
In the pre-show meeting, you were explaining what it was like. What do you got to do?
It's got to be physical. When you're a tackle and you see your end looping around, first of all, you're screaming, game, 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 game. That's the first thing you do. And the next thing you do is you're turning around, and that pass block becomes a run block. The whole purpose behind stopping the front is to slam the guard's guy into your guy looping. So that turns into a run block. And I didn't see any of that in that game, and they were just working them. They were working them too easy. I mean, they made the fundamental that teach each stunt should not be that effective on offensive line if you practice it.
Right.
If you practice it in there every day.
Yeah.
It's got to be a run block because by looping, he's got momentum coming at you.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And it doesn't help when your guard is already giving ground. So he's got a bead on the guard. So the tackle's at a disadvantage. So the only way you can take that disadvantage into your purpose is you got to turn, and now that pass, it becomes a run block. Now you're slamming the guard's guy into the hole so the guard can get off and get the loop.
Because you're expecting that end to come around.
It's not that hard, bro.
And then there won't be a gap for him to go through.
I'm going to have to do a seminar.
Okay, I wouldn't mind that.
Just go over there and teach it.
They don't want me over there.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think most people are rooting for you to go over there. They would like to see a little bit of that because this team had a good run game to start the year, had good upfront blocking to start the year. I kept pointing out the gap blocking versus zone blocking, that it was so much better, and they need to be on the attack. And this team, as you said, to begin this ball game, probably didn't not abandoned the run, ignored the run because they were going to try and get big shots against a depleted secondary. Well, it didn't happen. And in the end, you're not going to be able to throw for big yardage against the secondary if you don't have any time to throw. And this offensive line did not do a good enough job.
I just think that Liam in the past games gave the offensive line the opportunity to eat. All right, to run, to get grimy, get your hands dirty, and run the ball effectively. I think he came out trying because you thought you had the clear-cut advantage as far as wide receivers to DBs,
right?
Because they were banged up a little bit. I just think that for the most part, he was probably trying to go downfield too much. Just stick to the script. Just stick to the script. Run the ball, be effective, play action. That's what won us football games.
Yeah, but if you can't run the ball, then what? Because I don't think they couldn't clearly.
Well, if you try one or two times, ain't enough. If you tell me
you got to keep doing it,
you got to keep going back to it. Go back to the well.
Coach Campos said it the other day. You 100% have got to commit to the run. All right, real quick, back to the college game, then we'll get into the 1 o'clock hour. Say hello to the quarterback whisperer. Auburn had 36 yards of offense off the text line, says one of our nooners, in the last 32 minutes.
That's Kirby right there.
6 possessions and 25 came in the last 90 seconds of the game. They have no one to blame but themselves. Where's the Georgia fan? I had him pulled up here just a second ago. As far as a Georgia fan,
one dude said that. One guy wrote back and said that it doesn't matter about Kirby because the timeout kerfuffle because they made it. They got a makeup call the next play. Yeah, a makeup call.
One guy said, as a Georgia fan who has seen calls work against us and took an L because of it, I enjoyed every second of it, even though I know we were lucky. That's from Kareem. All right, you guys keep it going. You jump in, 641-1010, hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Tell us who it is. We'll give you a shout-out. We love our nooners right here on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway.
Win or lose, nothing's off limits for us.
Hicken and Prosser on the live Swamp Sessions podcast right after every Gator football game.
We'll bring out insight, analysis, and Gator passion.
Live stream from Voodoo Brewing Company.
On the 1010XL social channels.
Driven by Atlantic Infinity.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
1010XL is the home of Gator Nation and the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. I'm Hacker, and we keep you connected with the University of Florida all year long. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts.
Don't ghost your carpet this fall. Hicken here. Right now, you can get your entire home zero-resified from Jacksonville's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139 plus a free haul for Halloween. Get it? There's something scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home. It's in your air ducts. This month, take 50% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spelled backwards or forwards, it spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Jacksonville, Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coatings, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
When you need plumbing, septic, or air conditioning service, trust matters. That's why more homeowners in Jacksonville choose DuckDuckRooter. From small plumbing repairs to major renovations, we do it all. Visit DuckDuckRooter.com. DuckDuckRooter. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Expert Automotive on St. John's Bluff Road has some of the highest Google reviews in Jax for a reason. Expert Auto never sells greed, only what you need. All makes and models are serviced at Expert Automotive. This month, get an alignment inspection for only $19.99. Expert Auto does major engine and transmission repair and simple maintenance. All services done at Expert Auto by our ASE certified training technicians. Call today, 374-3373, and ask about $50 off any service. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
Hey, First Coast, it's your boy Leon Searcy, your lemon pepper guy. Back and better than ever for Wingstop. You know I can't resist those crisp, flavorful wings that make your taste buds dance. Wingstop just opened a hot new spot on Jeremiah Street in Middleburg. There's 17 locations, now serving up the most mouth-watering wings in town. And my all-time favorite, lemon pepper. Try their new quick and easy ordering on the app and swing by today for fresh, hot wings made for you. Only at Wingstop.
Are you trapped in a high-rate mortgage, watching your hard-earned money vanish every month? Stop right now. At Loan Pronto, they are delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's rate reduction home loan program is a streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in at a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR and close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. And here's the kicker. You can skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Don't wait. Rates this low won't last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no-obligation quote. Loan Pronto is amazing. So start now by calling 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Or visit loanpronto.com to lock in your new low rate and skip those next 2 payments. 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLS, consumeraccess.org.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Brandon Roofing. The Orlando Magic remain undefeated in preseason with a 120-104 victory over the Miami Heat at the Kia Center. The Magic will wrap up their preseason slate on Thursday against the New Orleans Pelicans before the Heat and Magic match up at the Kia Center for the start of the regular season on October 22nd. 78 degrees at 101, time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson.
Okay, bring it in.
Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security, security and automation experts, and George Moore Chevrolet.
1, 2, 3.
All right, that quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson, is in the house as we're going to talk some college ball, some pro ball. Line play is what we might bring up more than anything else. Denny, how you doing, man?
I'm great, man.
I think any quarterback, we always say the run game is his best friend, the tight end is his best friend. He needs to have 5 best friends that are blocking up front.
Well, yeah. At least 5. Yeah. If you can't, and if 5 don't work, how about let's pull in a 6?
And chip, do whatever. But I think we take it for granted, do we not, Denny? We take the Leon Searcy's of the world for granted.
Oh, 100%. I don't think we do anymore. Not in Jacksonville.
No.
But for a long time, yeah. I mean, all offensive linemen are taken for granted, for sure.
All right, so quarterback whisperer, if you guys want to jump in, 641-1010, hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You got Big Search, Matty Hayes, Joe C., JJ, along with Denny. And we have to focus in on a team that was vibing with a run game. Things were going well. Yeah, you had drops. Yeah, you had penalties, but they were coming up with enough to win. Bottom line is yesterday they kind of get shop-wrecked by that defensive front. What happened as far as what you saw?
I don't know. I actually want to go back and watch that game again.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what Seattle did. Because they had 3 DBs down?
Yeah, they were missing a large portion of their secondary.
But sometimes, like, when you get that, then a team can come in with a little bit different plan up front because they know they got to get home quickly.
Yeah, they did.
Right? And so I don't know. I mean, is this something that maybe Jacksonville was not prepared for because Seattle hasn't had to play this type of game. I mean, it stinks because you're coming off such a high from Monday night, but it doesn't necessarily concern me as a fan of the Jags. I think the previous few weeks is way more what the Jags were. I think that was just a team that was coming down from maybe too much of a high from Monday night.
Maybe.
Now, Denny, if you're a head coach or maybe even a coordinator, how do you address the penalties? It's ridiculous to be having that many penalties at home.
Man, I don't know. I don't know how you address that. It almost seems like, for whatever reason, both college and the NFL have just decided to throw more flags the last couple years. Things that we never got this many holding calls, it didn't seem like. And I know the game's different. This many, it seems like they would have let the penalty on Travis Hunter go a few years ago. Like, dude's on the line. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that.
It definitely feels like they're trying to call more holding. Both levels, college and the NFL.
Yep. Defensive holding too.
Yes,
like the whole thing.
in the secondary.
I don't know how you stop, because if the officials want to be involved, they're going to be involved, and it just feels like they want them involved lately. I don't know, as a coach, like, what are you going to do? Go sprint grown men because they jumped off sides? Like, I don't know what the answer for that is, unless it's just technique. Right, and if it's just technique, then that's you're coaching poorly anyway.
Yeah, it is. When it comes to the offensive linemen, the holding penalties have a lot to do with the fact that offensive linemen aren't exploding their hands. They're standing upright, trying to position guys with their hips and their ankles instead of coming off the ball, using their hands, punching. Because listen, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I didn't have a lot of holding penalties when I played because I used my hands were violent. So when I came off the ball, I was trying to punch you, not hold you and position you. I was trying to take you off the line.
You
of
took
scrimmage.
their breath away.
Well, I'm just saying. But if
you don't have to hold when they go.
Literally.
But if you teach that, you don't have to worry about holding.
You knocked oxygen
No,
out
that
of
kind
their
of
lungs.
stuff. Yeah, I mean,
not everybody's got your paws, bro.
No, the technique stuff at the lines of scrimmage, I don't know enough about, and the defensive back stuff, I don't know enough about, but. I don't know. Is everybody doing it that much worse than they were a few years ago? I don't know. I just wish the officials would take a giant step back.
Yeah, remember who was it? Jeff Triplett. He was hideous at throwing flags all the time. The NFL, they finally forced him into retirement, but they could be going to the church of the Jeff refs because everyone wants to throw a flag now. It seems like
I think it's also the idea of offense sells games, because by throwing more of those holding in the secondary flags, throwing more of those flags like that allow receivers more space.
Yeah, remember the illegal use of the hands?
Yeah,
they put
you're
a premium
allowing
on that
the
one.
ability to score more points, right?
Yeah. I mean, enough of the offense, though. I mean, I think the NFL is big enough now that people appreciate the defense too. Like, I don't think that this is a thing like it was a decade ago, where you had, or maybe more than that, where you had Art Browse and all these guys spreading it out, and everybody's like intrigued by that. I think now it's almost like, can we just get through a freaking game without 18 stoppages to review plays and 24 stoppages to throw flags and explain flags?
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to go to my grave and still hear the previous play is under further review. It's
ridiculous.
It's in the college game. It sucks.
Yes.
That you can run a play, make a call, get ready for the next play, and the eye in the sky can
Buzz
rain
down.
in. Let's stop.
And now
Let's
now they've also got the which this is for the defense, but the substitution rules. Like,
Yeah.
if you sub, they get it. It's almost impossible to run an up-pace offense anymore.
Yeah.
You almost can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it drives you crazy. All right, so just staying on the Jags for a minute here. When you see some of the things that are uneven, all right, you have penalties. You do have poor line play. Like you said, Denny, I do agree with you. Hey, we got to soup it up at the line of scrimmage to make up for the back end. Inaccurate throws. All these things. What do you attack first when you're the offensive staff?
Well, this may sound weird, but I attack the fact that we're 4-2 and still have these things. I think the greatest thing they have going for them that past teams haven't is they have a little bit of a swagger and a confidence to them. And I don't want to take that away.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if penalties are part of that, then okay, can we just minimize, right? Can we just maybe let's cut 3 or 4 out, something like that? But I would make sure that I'm not changing the way this team plays, because they play hard and they look like they're having fun and they look like they're getting after it a little bit, unlike a lot of past teams. I don't think I know. Do y'all remember a game where they were out physicaled?
Well, Leon was talking about it earlier. This is is this the first time you're saying that at the line of scrimmage?
This game Sunday was remnants of last year. The fact that they just were outmatched on the offensive side of the ball. And that's what was the thing that was most irritating to me watching the game, is because the offensive line throughout the last couple of weeks had, they were physical. They protected the quarterback well. They ran the ball effectively. And this was really the first time I saw them just get demolished and had no answers, to the test. That was frustrating to me.
Yeah, and I think Jacksonville's offense has, every offense does, but specifically Jacksonville is the type of team that has to stay. They have to stay at 2nd and 7, 3rd and 3 to have a chance at this thing. You just can't. They can't be in 3rd and 11. I don't think they're built for that. I don't think many teams are anymore, by the way, but especially not Jacksonville.
I'd have to go back and look, but there were some scenarios yesterday where they were able to make the plays needed with the long chains. They were able to do it, but before this game, there was a lot of 2nd and 3s because they had 7-yard gains on play.
But even if you're making those plays, that's in the air. You're not establishing any type of run game when you're really down. Because Leon, I don't know, how do you feel about this? Like, I think that the run game is not established on being able to run the ball on 3rd and 6. That's not it. It's not getting to 3rd and 6, right? It's
absolutely.
It's okay. We can run on 1st, we can run on 2nd, and we can run on 3rd.
It's getting to 3rd and 2.
Right.
That's what it is. First downs are important. You got. If you get 4 to 6 yards on first down, you're ahead of the sticks. And then second down could be whatever, maybe another run, screen, whatever. But yeah, the idea is to get to 3rd and short in situations.
Yep.
And then when it comes to the 3rd and short situations, that's when you put on the big boy pants and you get it done.
So let me ask you this. When you clearly cannot block the other guy, when your quarterback's going back and more than half the time he's getting pressured, he was pressured like 56% of the time, one out of every 2 plays. What do you do as a play caller to try and slow that? Or avoid it even?
I mean, the obvious things are, you got to run the ball, right? So that they're playing a little bit more gap control.
But if you tried and they're not running the ball, then what?
There weren't any draws or anything.
Yeah, but this is what it looked like to me. Again, I have not gone back and looked at it. It looked to me like they were basically giving Jacksonville run looks or pass looks all day.
Okay.
Just we're going to line up, and we know the back half is a little bit weak, and so we're going to stack the box a little bit, and then we're going to send them quite a bit as well. Mm-hmm. Again, I haven't gone back and looked. I could be completely off on this. I was kind of half watching. In that scenario, like, you need your screen game to work really well. You need to hit a couple of, like, quick over the middle. I think Brian Thomas dropped one. Like, you need to hit something of right behind where those linebackers are leaving. Right. At least slow them down a little bit. Your play action is not going to work because they don't care. Right. They don't care if they're coming. They're attacking the run. Yeah. So you got to find ways to get the ball out of Trevor's hands downfield without taking much time, meaning lose the play action.
Yeah, because I remember putting one post out there. I love the screen game because when you see it, you like it because it's the only way to slow those guys down or draw a play, whatever whatever it might be.
But this may be something that people, because I think Trevor's best off of the play action, right? Like this may be something they just have to learn to deal with, because this may be a way that you play Jackson.
And let's also say this is the first year that we've seen Trevor in a play action under center with any regularity.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll keep going on that. You guys hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosure, 641-1010. Denny is looking into that James Franklin gig up in State College, so we'll get into that coming up, a little college ball as far as what we watched over the weekend, the quarterbacks that did stand out. We'll do that on a Mocama Beer Company Monday. Don't forget, Mocama.com, great story with their brew up in Fernandina Beach. Pick some up.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Denny Thompson stars as the quarterback whisperer.
Everyone agrees that playing quarterback is the hardest thing to do in sports.
He shares his insights Friday mornings on The Drill. Tuned up by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL. Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL. Brought to you by San Jose Collision.
The Florida Gators fell to the 4th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies on Saturday evening out in College Station as they dropped to 2-4 on the season. Freshman wide receiver Dallas Wilson found the end zone for the second straight week. The Gators now look ahead to homecoming this Saturday, welcoming Mississippi State to the Swamp at 4:15.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barry Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit BarryOrthopedics.com.
When you want a fresh perspective, pull into Lauren's Lane. I'm Lauren Brooks, and I fuel up with the day's top sports takes. Powered by Mazda at the Avenues. Afternoons on Helmets and Heels, 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
I'm Amber Frangie. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication, no shots, and no side effects. Call them at 844-346-1800. That's Awaken 180.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, Hicken here. Cooler weather right around the corner. So are you ready to float happy in the pool? Listen up. This month, Surfside Pools offering 10% on new pool heaters or heater replacements and installation. That's right. Now is the time to upgrade your pool heating system and extend that swimming season for months of extra enjoyment. Only from Surfside Pools, the trusted name for expert pool service. Family owned and operated. Call 246-2666 or visit surfsidepools.net.
License number CPC 044080.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, you look troubled. Is something bugging you?
This friendship isn't all upside for me, Jason. People keep asking me stuff about you.
They ask you about me?
Is it really cooler with Bueller, they ask? So I say, totally. And they say, how do you mean that? And I say, he fixes air conditioners, which literally makes somebody cool. But he also has cool sunglasses and cool people and a cool family.
And I try to make working at Bueller Air and Plumbing a really cool experience for our technicians and plumbers. We treat our people like gold, and they treat our homeowners the exact same way.
Great. Well, now there's another cool thing I've got to remember. This is a lot of responsibility, Jason.
Life can get hectic sometimes. If you don't take a moment to slow down and appreciate all the cool parts, you could miss it.
Do people ask you about me at all?
Weirdly, they do.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Electrical problems? Call American Electrical Contracting. 737-7770. Small jobs or large, they do them all. Work with a locally owned and operated company that will wire it right at a fair price. It's not just a slogan, it's the way they do business.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Resto Pros.
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Resto Pros.
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestoProsNEFlorida.com.
Resto Pros.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
All right, having a good time with our quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson. One more seg hanging out with the guy who tries to make sure they spin it to win it. That's for sure. Now, I did throw out that he was going to go up there and take that state college job.
Yeah.
James Franklin, bro, a $50 million buyout. They told him to get the H out of state college. Things are getting serious now in the college football world, are they not?
That's wild.
Stakes are high.
$50 million.
Yeah.
And that's just his buyout.
The 3 previous years he won,
you're not counting the coaches
11 games, 10 games, 13 games, was a play away from being to the national championship
He was
game.
in the Final Four of the college football playoff, and they ran his rear end right out.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think that? I mean, by
They're
the time
just trying to
you
get a head start
done-
over Florida. So that's all they're trying to do.
By the time you get done with all that, so you pay $50 million to buy him out, you probably got another, I don't know, $10 million in assistant coach buyouts.
Right.
Every coach wants to redo everything in the building with new offices and all that. That's probably $100 million.
Gosh,
it's more than that. The new coach salary is going to be 60.
Oh, I'm not even
70.
counting that. I'm just saying, in order to completely
Right.
get rid
for
of what
all of
you've
you to
got.
go away.
Yes.
Yeah. For to take out the trash, as we like to say. It's insane. Now,
and they're redoing that stadium too, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're throwing a lot of money in that program.
okay, I don't know if you can make sense out of a crazy situation because it's hard to do that, but why did they decide to do it the way they did it in your mind? Because you talk to these coaches all the time, and were they just embarrassed by, was the team checking out on him? What was it?
Yeah, I mean, there had to be something that none of us are seeing. There had to be something that made them do it right now. I don't know. I mean, I think if you're Penn State and they've become that team that every one of us, when we see them ranked high, you're like, yeah, okay, we'll see.
Mhm.
Right? And then
Yeah.
you lose back-to-back weeks to, what were they, 26 and 24-point favorites?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so I saw something like that. I don't know if that's happened in college football.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's...
UCLA was bad. Northwestern was atrocious.
Yeah.
At home, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He probably should have kept him
But
for the
I wouldn't
year.
have fired him. I mean, I mean, what they did is ridiculous. I think it's more along the lines of
that
the
sounds
momentum and the panic.
Well, see, when you fire somebody that quick, that sounds like somebody you really were looking for a reason to fire.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, if you wanted to keep him, like, okay, let's turn this thing around for the rest of the year. Bro, you lose 2 in a row and you're gone that fast and you were just at the semis?
Yeah, but they're a little
Somebody's looking to get rid of your butt.
loopy there in Central PA, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it was
They've
losing.
always been the way they deal with things has always been a little.
I
loopy.
thought it's Happy Valley.
Yeah, that's what I.
No smile emoji there now.
Exactly. I mean, what does it say about the 17 returning starters? Well, you had guys who turned down the NFL to come back to Penn State.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have now gone the way of, if you have a first-round grade, I don't care your situation, get the heck out.
Right.
Yeah.
Go. I'm looking at Drew Alar, who probably would have gone in the first round.
He has not had a season, Drew Allard, that many expected.
Allard.
at
And now
all.
it's over.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Now
what
he's
everybody
got
was saying last year.
And now he's
know,
dealing
you
with a
listen to
significant
everybody.
injury.
Yeah, now he's got an injury. He's got a
It-
coach gone.
Nothing like it was expected to
No.
be.
No.
And so what does happen between the two of you guys? And Leon, I don't know if you know this, but when they get fired, they have a certain amount of time to exercise their right to leave.
No,
right?
not anymore.
Not anymore. So
Not
that's
anymore.
all gone.
They don't have that.
Now we have
30-day
one portal.
anymore.
They don't?
Nope.
Okay, I thought they
Nope,
did.
Went away.
Okay.
It went away with
That
a
was
new
as
one.
of like last week.
Yeah, it went away with only one portal.
Okay, so yeah, a few weeks back, right, that they made that decision,
Yes.
but that was included in there.
Yes.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It was their way of getting one over on the players who have basically gotten everything they wanted for the last 4 years.
For the last 4 years. Y'all don't get me going.
I
on
know.
that.
I believe me. I'm with you. I am with you on that.
This is like, yeah, this is
The
my
players
pet
were
peeve
losers
right
for 150 years. Now
Sure,
they're finally getting their
sure,
way
but
for
it's
4
just- yeah.
years.
And by the way, in those 4 years, it's been the most popular time in the history of college football. They've generated more money than they ever have in the history of college football.
Not only
That's 'cause
that,
a lot of people
not only
have the
that,
right tracks.
I never, ever, ever want to hear another coach or administrator or conference commissioner say, it's unsustainable where the sport is headed.
Yeah.
If you're throwing it $50 million at a guy to walk away after he's won 34 games in the last 3 years, forget it.
Yeah.
That excuse doesn't hold water anymore.
No, they definitely want it their way and only their way. So that part I am for the players in that respect. But it was getting a little crazy, and we'll see if they can rein it in just a little bit. All right, we mentioned, like, you go to that Dante Moore v. Fernando Mendoza, and we were looking forward to a great game. We got it from both of those guys, and a mistake here or there. Dante didn't have the same game that he was hoping to have, like he had against Penn State. Anyway, what did you think of that matchup?
I love Mendoza. Yeah. We've worked with Mendoza since he was like 10th grade down at Columbus High School in Miami. He's just unflappable. Like the kid, and he's always been that way. And I thought he showed that the other night. He hit some big out throws. We were talking about it in the facility this morning. The way he throws every layered out breaking route is just elite. Those guys are turning around, the ball's literally right there in their face.
Yeah, now he's like the top of a lot of NFL draft boards right now.
Yeah, he's got more juice than I think people realized. People thought he was just kind of a good, heady football player, but he's fairly athletic. He's pretty athletic, And the arm can go where it needs to go.
Bro,
He's
he
a good
could've-
player.
Believe me, in that game, that place was crazy, by the way. But in that game, when he threw that pick six,
Yeah.
he could have easily gone fetal position.
Yeah.
He comes right
Into a
back
jar.
out.
Yeah.
He comes right back out. They convert 3 third downs in that 12-play drive, including the last throw, the touchdown throw,
Yeah.
and that back shoulder, whatever, the push-off, whatever, non-push-off. What a throw that was.
Yeah.
Third down throw there. Third from the 12.
I like it because he's a pure pocket passer.
Yeah.
Absolute pure.
Yeah, he
pocket
sits back there.
And can
But he-
move.
but he's- yeah, he can
mostly
definitely
stays
move.
in the
He
pocket.
stays in the pocket.
He can definitely move.
Oh, he
bro.
can move, but I'm
He
saying
and Carson's game are very similar. Very, very similar. I think Carson throws a deep ball, maybe has him there. But as far as like
How about
driving the
Surratt,
ball,
by the way?
Who?
Whoa. Surratt, the
Their wide
receiver.
receiver.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's this draft, and not to get into draft talk, but this draft is going to be super interesting at the quarterback position because there's been so much fluctuation on what people thought was and what
Yeah, right.
actually is, and now everybody's going to have to go back and watch all the film. It's super interesting, and there's a lot of good quarterback play, and then of course Mateer. I don't know, did he come back too soon?
Never should have played in that game.
Probably
He
should not have.
100% came back too soon because when you can't control the football with accuracy, which he was an accurate thrower, he wasn't like,
Right.
incredibly.
Explain to everybody, Danny, the thumb is everything.
A thumb on
Yeah,
when you're trying
yeah.
to spin a football, the actual just grip pressure that
Yeah,
you have
can't.
to have. It.
Yeah, I mean, it literally changes your grip because you go from like being able to grip it like you should, where you're making kind of a C to your ear, to where you're just the thumb is hurting enough to where the ball just kind of turns over, and you almost become like a waiter.
Yeah.
Right. It's like because the pressure
shot
that
putting it
takes to go
almost
from here
yeah.
to there. Right.
And the other part of it is if he is a gifted runner. If you take off and run, what do you have to do? Brace yourself when you're
Yeah.
falling.
Yeah.
And that ain't easy either.
He also hit it again.
with a bad thumb.
Yeah, early.
Yeah.
Yeah, early. Now he's tough as nails too. I mean, I love
He
the kid
is.
to death, but it's just interesting. It seems like week by week you're just kind of seeing, all right, how this thing's going to play out a little faster than what I feel like we felt that in the last couple of years.
The other thing you can say about Arch Manning, he's had back-to-back weeks of pretty good play, fighting for his life in one setting, and then a pretty dang good game in this setting in the shootout.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple for Arch. Just stack together a couple of good games. I don't know if their team's that good. I mean, I don't know.
They're not.
Yeah,
I don't think they are.
But as far as he's concerned, just stack together some games so that you got a chance to know how to attack it as a starter next year.
Yeah.
right.
That's the thing is he's still a first-year starter, man.
Coming back again?
No, I'm just saying he's a first-year starter. Everybody's on top of him. He's this, he's that. Everything is new to him, right?
Everything
Every
changes.
week.
Everything changes
Yeah.
when you're a full-time starter, man. At quarterback, your whole life changes. The way you prep, the way you can walk out and about, and that's always been a thing for him because he's a Manning.
Right.
But just the responsibility that you're shouldering as a full-time starter that you're not as a backup is night and day.
Well, I mean, listen, when the kids get the bag, I mean, they're professionals now, so
Yep.
it's more than fair.
That's true.
I mean,
Well, I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying you can't expect this kid to
I mean-
play at a high level. He started 2 games prior to this.
Comes with the contract.
Yeah, same thing with DJ Lagway a year ago. He had
Comes with
just
the
come out of
contract, bro.
high school, and they threw him right in the fire, and it was baptism by fire, and you have to do it. And then you would think that once he earned the reins and sat back quietly, everyone was just expecting it to keep going. Sarkisian's got to be a little bummed about what he's got product-wise. Arch has got to be bummed about what he's done so far. An uneven season at the very least.
I think Sark knew.
Yeah,
I think Sarkisian knew. I
maybe.
think I think that's the reason why we saw him struggle through a little bit with Quinn. Like I think he knew that this thing wasn't. He's not one of these guys you just plug in and he's Heisman ready.
Okay, yeah, you might be right about that.
I mean, he's got a huge engine. He can do everything you want to do on a football field. Some guys just need some reps, man. He hadn't played meaningful reps. Well, heck, if you look at the competition he was playing, he's never played
meaningful reps. Yeah.
So DJ Lagway has a wonderful game against Arch Manning at home. And then I was quoting Billy Napier earlier. They go up and down the field, 14-14 ball game, 28 points on the board before you know it against A&M. And then he says, if they're going to keep playing cover one, we're just going to keep testing those cornerbacks until they stop us. How'd that go?
We should look into that a little bit. Yeah. Should come up with not to be sunshine and rainbows here, but Dallas Wilson's the real deal.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's what sucks as a Florida fan is you're looking at this and you're going, why?
They've got some players, right?
He's got some
This
players.
roster is stacked all over the place.
Yeah.
So that's the frustrating
Next guy
thing.
will be happy.
Next guy will be very happy.
Be very happy. They're really if they keep the guys they've got, they have got a roster.
Listen, they're gonna have to work hard to keep those guys because they got some valuable cats in that locker room right now.
I don't doubt it.
Drinks.
Yeah, Eli.
Drink's not going to keep that roster. Kiffin will keep that roster.
Yeah, Kiffin could. Yeah.
What about Siggs? Siggs could keep that roster.
Well, who's going to keep that roster? What's going to keep that roster?
It's got to be a proven dude.
Is how they're playing the money game too. That's we haven't talked. Nobody's talked about it because we're in football season, but nobody really knows what's about to happen with this transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's really sure. This is the first. What is this profit sharing era portal coming up?
That's a good way to put it. And it's a one opportunity window.
Everybody's supposed to be playing under the same rules, supposed to be playing with the same amount of money
until the private NIL deals start.
Right.
There's no one's
and
playing
that. But see, even that's supposed to be getting
a governor.
Yeah,
a governor on it.
Yeah, so it's going to be super interesting. Like, can you go out, even if you have the money, or can you go spend $30 million to keep or get a roster next year? Nobody really knows the answer.
Well, we'll
to
see
that.
what James Franklin does with the Florida roster.
Yeah, exactly. Don't wish that upon the orange and blue down in Hogtown. All right, Denny, we appreciate your time as always.
Yes, sir.
The quarterback whisperer at Denny_Thompson. Make sure you check him out. Back to your Jags on XLPA Mokama Beer Company Monday.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Wherever you go, we go.
Those are the rules. I didn't make them up.
Download the 1010XL and XL 92.5 FM apps for free on Apple and Android devices to listen anywhere in the world.
It may be the key to the whole plan. Get it? Got it. Good.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Do you trust the diagnostic you just got for your AC? Call Ideal Conditions now to get a free second opinion with a limited time offer of $50 off repairs of $300 or more. Just mention this station. For a limited time, we're doing $79 one-time AC tune-ups as well.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
IdealConditionsJax.com.
This right here, this is where it starts. With a little flame and a lot of love. When the air cools or the night falls, fire brings the warmth. But it's what we bring to the table that matters. Slow smoked barbecue. Stories that stretch long. Laughter that lingers. And moments that just feel full. That's why it's always Sunny's here.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it, we've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville is my hometown, and nobody knows roofing like me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We handle everything from repairs to full roof replacements, start to finish. We give honest quotes, use quality materials, and clean up like we were never there. We all look at Google reviews, so go ahead and check out ours. We're proud of all our 5-star ratings. I would say we treat you like family, but some people don't like theirs. Go to BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roof quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here for Big Chief Tire. If you need new tires, Big Chief has affordable options to fit every budget and every vehicle. Their team of experts will help you find the right tires and make sure they're installed quickly so you can get back on the road. But don't wait. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and explore their great tire deals. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
If you want to sell your home, or you're worried about selling your home, or you've had trouble selling your home, let me give you the hotline to the help you need. That's the hotline to Chad and Sandy. 904-414-6200, chadandsandy.com. Area homes are selling, but you got to get the right price, and you need the right marketing, the proven systems. Chad and Sandy hit every base for you. Need to sell now? Instant offers coming. Fast, easy, stress-free. You want max price? Chad and Sandy bring your home to market with unmatched exposure, whether you're buying or selling. Fast or max cash, Chad and Sandy have the proven plan guaranteed. And how about this promise? Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. They are the real estate experts you can trust. So call them today at 904-414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, A-N-D, Sandy.com.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA Golf Professional. Take it from me, if you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season is finally here, and with that, hopefully comes cooler weather. And if you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that as poorly as this Jaguar team played offensively, best thing about the NFL, second chances.
Yeah.
Get another week to prove yourself. Eliminate the penalties, get back to running the game, stick to the script, play action, all that kind of good stuff. And London's our home. Well, not our home. Well, we played it technically. It's home away from home. Home away from home.
It's vacation land. We go there once a year.
You know. So I'm expecting this team to bounce back from that poor performance this past Sunday.
Yeah, my takeaway is I like the fact that he's calling him out. And he called him out after the game on that coach's show. And I like that. Nothing wrong with that, man. I've been saying that for years. There's nothing wrong with calling these guys out. Call them out if they're doing something wrong.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling you have after you didn't deliver, and the only way you're gonna feel good again is by putting the work in,
right,
and getting back. And
if that means they're gonna look in the mirror, like Leon says all the time, and say you're the problem, then that's what you got to do.
When we did our preseason forecast, I had them at 4-3 at the bye, and I was thinking that above 500 would be pretty good. But if they do go into the bye with a couple of L's, the last two things you see before you have the off week, that's going to suck. It really is. And so you hope like heck that they can come up with the players are at the very least familiar with this trip, travel, all that kind of stuff. A good amount of them are. The coaching staff is not. Front office, we'll see how they handle it. Big Bo can give them a little bit of an idea of what has worked, what hasn't worked, and we'll see where it goes. They're not going to have, at least we don't think they're going to have Puka Nacua healthy, and so they got to take advantage of this one if they can.
Well, they just got to they got to get back to the business of playing ball. I mean, don't let Kansas City be your Super Bowl. You got a long season ahead. All right, what you did was phenomenal on that Monday night stage.
That's a good
against
point.
the AFC champions. You know, but that's over with. You got a long season ahead. You got to shake the rust off, and you got to get back to business.
Remember, I told you guys, it struck me that Trevor Lawrence said midway through the week that if you're still talking about Kansas City, you're thinking about the wrong thing. And I thought it was a great comment from him, and you got to look ahead, and it sounded a little more, hey, forward thinking. We need to be focused on that next challenge. I loved hearing it. But he didn't necessarily do everything you wanted to see him do. The offense obviously didn't do everything that they wanted to see themselves do. It's crazy that if BTJ hangs on to one play, you never know. If Travis Hunter isn't offsides, you never know. But we can't do the if game. You can't do it. They need to make sure that they're on the right side of that scoreboard.
Right, but I also think you also can't avoid that. That game was basically 2 pass plays away from being a completely different game.
Yeah.
So they played that poorly, and we're still 2 plays away from being in a game.
Yeah.
So I think that's the positive you got to look at. Then I think you got to take the next step and say, all right, if we clean up all these mistakes, all this bleep, as according to Liam Cohen in the post-game show,
right.
If you clean that up, you've got a much better chance to get into a fourth quarter game where you feel better about it and you can win that game. Or you have the lead in that game, and you're trying to salt away a game. Just clean up the mistakes. I think that my takeaway is simply that. It's time to clean up the mistakes, man.
You know, there's another thing that Coach Ingram mentioned in the fifth quarter when it comes to Travis Etienne.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those shoestring tackles that was being made on him on Sunday, early on in the season, he wasn't getting taken down by those.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling he was saying that early on, those little around the ankle type of tackles or whatever,
Right.
he was kicking his feet up out of those tackles early on. He said, and now he was allowing them to take him down.
Long season,
And that's that relax point you're talking about.
Exactly. So I mean, he's got to get he's got to get his motor rolling again too as well.
Yeah, and Trevor also got caught from behind on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
He did run. They went for fourth down twice. He made a huge play across his body, the throw to Hunter Long, and then the next, I think, was a scramble play on 4th and 2 and was able to get it. But 7 sacks, 2 missed kicks, 10 penalties. You go down the line, 10 penalties for 76 yards and less than 60 yards rushing. All of that adds up to but bad. You can't do that. And so they will, I'm hoping, take that hard look in the mirror and say, got to get back to the running game. If it ain't working, we need to stick with it and see if we can't be able to play off of that, because you know who they're going up against? The king of play action. Sean McVay and the LA Rams. They are the play action team, honestly.
Leon, it's also learning to deal with success, is it not? Because you could have been better prepared for that game. You could have been more zeroed in. You could have been in a situation where you don't have 12 penalties, 10 of which were called.
Well, it's
or accepted, whatever you want to say it.
It's easy for me to say to act like you've been there before, but this team has it. It hasn't been this early on in the season. This part last year, we were 1-4. Or whatever.
0-5, I think, right?
I mean, we were terrible.
Yeah, because they didn't win a single game in September. They only won 1 in October, 1 in November, and 2 in December.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah,
1 win after 2 months of the season.
That's terrible. Yeah. So, but you got to be a professional about it, man. You 24-hour rule. Enjoy it. Get back to business.
Yeah,
I mean, TC never get. That's why TC worked us so hard, because he didn't never want us to feel comfortable with winning.
And I'll give you one just for the heck of it.
See, that's what happens when you give him the bone, though,
Hey,
man.
the bone grab.
Liam gave him the bone, man.
Gave him the bone.
Well, I'll give you one just for the heck of it. Their one win last year, when they finally came out of September and got the one win, was against Drake May and company. Now take a look at what Drake May's doing. Okay, now Drake May has gone up to Buffalo with a good game plan. Mike Vrabel, don't think for a moment Mike Vrabel isn't the talk of New England, as he's quickly turned things around since one and done with Jared Mayo. And so they got Drake May feeling pretty good about what he's doing. They go up to Buffalo and win. They go to New Orleans and win. They got another game. There's an opportunity for them to maybe make some noise against the Bills. We'll see what happens with the Monday Night Football game tonight against the Falcons. But isn't it crazy how quickly it changes?
When you're a disciplined ball, I mean, New England, they're a disciplined ball club, especially against the Bills. You go up, you beat a Bills team like that. You discipline, you play hard, you play tough, and Drake May is not turning the ball over.
Yeah, he's playing smart. He's becoming the player they thought he would be.
Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Old Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
You know, I like him. Rooting for him, that's for sure. You know what we need to bring up? First off, this team, Jacksonville, on Monday night did beat a damn good Kansas City Chiefs team. And I agree with you. You can't just sit there and rest on, hey, did you guys hear about that Monday night when we won? You can't do that. Did you see them last night? Let's at least touch on that coming up here in a second, because that was a bang-bang game between them and Detroit with some obvious horsepower and firepower on the offensive side, but then also some great defensive plays. And there was almost a shiv situation, as Matt Hayes likes to describe it, after the game with Brian Branch.
This is players.
Well, exactly, which is
Still.
just nuts. We'll
So
get into
players aren't even allowed on the field anymore.
We'll get into it coming up on XLP on Mocama Beer Company Monday.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the number one place to buy your next vehicle.
Big Number 1 Duval Ford is trusted by Duval families, Duval businesses, and law enforcement across Florida. We're Jacksonville's largest Ford dealer by new Ford sales, with the biggest service facility to keep everything in your driveway and in your fleet on the road. Shop Big Number 1 Duval Ford on Cassett Avenue for our low prices and nationally recognized service-first experience. Big Number 1 Duval Ford, proudly serving North Florida since 1916.
You deserve something truly exceptional, and that's what you get from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust's 10th Anniversary Jubilee. Come to Tobacco Cove on Saturday, October 18th from 1 to 4 p.m. because you will not want to miss this. From the mind of Steve Saka, Dunbarton offers the taste of perfection. This event features amazing cigars, delightful food, and awesome prizes. Tobacco Cove, 3849 Bay Meadows Road. More than a cigar store, it's an experience.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served up by Dandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
E to the T here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find the scratch kitchen that comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Come on, somebody.
Football season is all about hanging at home and watching the big ball games. Well, if your AC and heating unit is letting you down and keeping those electric bills sky high, think about getting a new energy-efficient AC unit from Florida Home AC. They've got great deals on replacements plus rebates and incentives to make it more affordable. Call Florida Home AC at 777-4300 and get their expert staff to take a look. Football season is all about fun and playing for the win. Make sure you have the winning team on your side with Florida Home AC.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Hi, I'm Amber Frangie. You know that other Frangie? Well, he's my dad. But I'm here to tell you about how much I appreciate the Awaken 180 weight loss program and how it's changed my life. Like a lot of folks, I let myself go a little. Not proud of that, but it happens. And I wasn't sure what to do. I've tried a lot of other weight loss programs, but they just didn't work. Not like Awaken 180. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication, no shots, and no side effects. And best of all, really fast results. You eat the food that's provided, and it's really good food. You work with a coach on a regular basis who guides you through the whole process. I'm never hungry. In fact, I never feel like I'm sacrificing anything. Just living a totally normal life. That's my new normal. And now, in October, they're offering free consultations. So there's no reason not to call them and learn more. Call them at 844-346-1800, or you can visit awaken180.com. It really has changed my life, and I bet it'll change yours too. That's Awaken 180.
Tired of roofers who never answer the phone and just use AI?
I'm Morgan Conley, the People's Roofer. I answer every call. No robots, no runaround. I'm born here, built here, staying here. Visit morganconleyroofing.org.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding. So easy to use, depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. The Weekend Rewind, brought to you by Cycles of Jacksonville, the big boy toy store for big boy toys.
What happened this weekend?
Baker for MVP.
Going for a big ball. Down the field. He's got an open target. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Taz Johnson has his first NFL touchdown and a magnificent flip to go with it.
The Chiefs make it look easy.
Hollywood Brown in motion. He's got on the hot pass. Hollywood Brown to the end zone. Touchdown, Casey.
Everyone loves the Drake.
Fake handoff to Stevenson. May feeling the pressure. Taking a shot. He's got his man. It's Pop Douglas, and he is in. Touchdown.
Oklahoma gets destroyed.
Niblett, who
carefully fields this one, has some room. Ryan Niblett weaving, still running down the sideline. Niblett all the way to the house. 75, no flags.
Ohio State keeps it rolling. Can spell it again. No, Sand will throw it. Touchdown, Jeremiah Smith. How simple can it get when you have number 4 on your team? Indiana is for real.
Here comes the pressure. Throws to the corner. Touchdown, Surratt.
Think of all the play-by-play voices we just heard from, honestly. From the Fowlers to the Gusses to the Taricos to the
Nance.
Nance started. It's just endless, man. And there were so many good moments. That's for sure. Baker with the MVP chance. And then what Kansas City was able to do last night against Detroit, both teams were slugging it out. And then he's turned Hollywood Brown back into a playmaker along with all the other guys. That's for sure. Thanks to Cycles of Jacksonville, that was an incredible weekend of ball. It started at noon. I almost told y'all, I don't even think I had popped the top. I was worn out by like 3:15 with all the ball beginning at noon on Saturday. But if you had a lousy weekend, you want to rewind it, you want to go back and have some fun, just head on in to Cycles of Jacksonville. They're on Atlantic near Regency, and of course online, cyclesofjacksonville.com or their Facebook page, and you can definitely find the fun. Crazy good weekend, man.
I loved every moment of it. Every moment of it. 12 to 12.
Yeah. That's
12 to 12. Now, I had to take a little nap, a little power nap, but I was right back up watching that.
Yeah, or what was it? BYU went to overtime. I mean, that was probably like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I did not see the end of that. but-
Yeah.
No, me neither.
They are good. And shout out to my dude Scott over at Caddyshack. He's all pumped up because his Mariners, he's like one of the few. Yeah.
That 15-inning game, I didn't have time to put it on the rewind. It was so long. And then they come back, and you're like, well, they just played 15 innings. They're definitely going to lose game 1. And they didn't. They looked great last night.
He already said he's coming for the World Series title. Easy, bro.
Which they've never even been.
Never been.
The
Not
only
only that,
team never to have been.
If Indiana can win the national championship, Seattle can certainly win the World Series.
So now they're going to win the national
Nothing's
championship.
impossible.
They're as good as anybody, man. They are. Nothing's impossible with that team.
Well, it was.
You watch them play. Do you think they could beat Miami?
No.
Come on.
And I don't think they could beat Ohio State.
Honestly,
why would you say that? Stop it.
Week to week in the NFL and college, it's every single game. Like Penn State obviously got crushed after the Oregon loss, and we all saw what happened to them. But Oregon looked unstoppable going on the road to a whiteout. Then they come back home, great environment, this long win streak, all this kind of stuff. And what happens? Indiana paddles them. Paddles them good, too.
Physically paddled them, yes.
Physically, which is something you're not used to. All right, speaking of physical.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
He played the game at a physical level,
the right
very
way,
high level.
Yes.
Tommy Mack joins us now. Helmets and heels, getting ready to roll. That's right. You had to be physical, right?
That was my only way in. It wasn't going to be for covering somebody in the middle of the open field. That's
All right. I know you guys got plenty to get into, but I think that was probably one of the things yesterday is that physically this team, which I did not expect it to be as bad as it was anyway, they kind of got beaten up at the line of scrimmage.
Not kind of. They got beat up at the line of scrimmage. I saw too many pancake blocks on their end. Saw a couple of D-line. I just got done watching the film. It took forever. Gosh, it was brutal. It seemed like it took forever, and the football was bad. It was just, but they were getting knocked back, and the other way too, man. I wrote down numbers of guys that had really bad days. There's a few offensive linemen that did not have very good days yesterday.
Yeah,
they weren't the only ones. Of course, Wingard had a terrible day yesterday. I mean, he was out of position. That deep throw to Njigba should have never happened. He should have been right there, at least contesting the throw.
Right.
He totally missed on that one. And then even the tight end at the end, he missed him. And
A.J. Varn, yeah,
just,
he was wide open.
it's just, it seemed like it was that kind of day. Nothing was going their way. Guys were making mistakes. They were making errors. The quarterback was the typical quarterback that he is. He looks fantastic at times. And then you're like, what in the heck are you doing? And why is that throw off? And it was just, a combination of everything. A little drop here, a little drop there. Getting hit 17 times is maybe a record, I think, but
especially after he had been clean.
Yeah.
For a while.
That was the most disappointing thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought last week they leaked a little too, though. Against Kansas City, just a little bit, not like yesterday.
No,
yesterday was It was across the board. I think it's funny. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's the rookie center." Well, he struggled early against power run, but then he came together okay. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was the outside guys. They had a really rough day.
Yeah, they did. All right, you guys will be tearing into that.
You know it.
All right, everything else? Thanks, Tommy. We appreciate it. He says, you know it, man. Helmets and Heels coming up with Tommy Mack, Taylor and Lauren. They have it all right now, that.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
Well, we're seeing coaches being told to leave. Collegiately, James Franklin, which was still a shock yesterday. Now Brian Callahan.
I hate this for Cam Ward because immediately now he's dealing with another coach and another system.
Oh, it's better than what he had.
Yeah.
I know. I get it, but this
Might as well
is
do
how
it
it
now.
starts, man. It's just this is part of the problem with Trevor. All these coaches in 5 seasons. This
Well,
is
I'm
the
looking
problem.
now that they have fired Brian Callahan. He was one of the guys odds on to be one of the first coaches fired. A son-in-law has got to be beside himself. I'm going to have to check in with him up in Nashville.
Which, by the way, when you guys did that, I can't see the TV from where I am. I'm not on Twitter. I was thinking Norvell or Billy.
Oh.
It could be. I mean, keep your ears open today.
Florida State does not have 70 mil, bro. Forget that.
You never know. All right, but anyway, Brian Callahan out. Up there in Nashville. We are done. We are out. We say thanks to Mocama Beer Company. Find them right there in beautiful Fernandina Beach, South 8th Street as you enter the historic area. You can shop for them on the shelves at Publix, Target, ABC, Total. You'll find the story, which is great at Mocama.com. So make sure you check it all out. Mocama Beer Company. Big Surge, Maddie, Josie, and JJ. H&H coming up.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.